Alright, what's up Dragon Brood? Today we have an Esper Midrange list, and this comes from another content creator friend, Yeoman5. We featured one of his decks on here before. He's got a couple of cool ideas in this list, and one of them is actually to try out Scheming Fence. This is a card I don't think a lot of people are really giving a bunch of consideration to, but it can actually turn off some of your opponent's cards, so we're going to see how good it is. He's actually leaning on this right now and says he thinks it's pretty good, so let's go ahead and give it a play and see what happens. But let's roll in and start by taking a look at this Esper Midrange list. If you're looking for awesome protective gear for your cards, be sure to check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn and use promo code PowrDragn to save 5%. And that's on everything on the site, including this month's Ocean Blue collection or anything else you decide to pick up. Alright, and I think I only changed like 3 cards maybe from his initial list, so this is pretty close to what he was playing. I made a couple of adjustments just to kind of give us another option or two in best of 1, but looks mostly the same to what he was playing. So we're going to start with 2 Bloodchief's Thirst, we have 4 Luminarch Aspirant, 2 Scheming Fence, 3 Vanishing Verse, 4 Skyclave Apparition, and I want to say this about Scheming Fence, is it's not going to just stop everything, but it does actually turn off stuff like chariots, right? They can't actually use that because you have to activate it by crewing, right? There's stuff like that. You can turn off planeswalkers. Now, you don't get the planeswalker abilities, unfortunately, but you do at least get to turn them off so they can't do anything. So that is a bonus to what this card can do. And there are a few odds and end other cards. Now, unfortunately, there are some things like our own card we're playing, like Luminarch Aspirant, that's not going to do anything because that's an activated ability. This just triggered ability. This just turns off activated abilities, which is pay something, get something, right? So not sure what the uses are going to be right now, but I'm at least willing to hear it out. And it is a 2/3 body, so it's not like it's the smallest thing. Now we do have, like I said, reasonable removal here with Bloodchief's Thirst, Vanishing Verse. We do have Skyclave Apparition kind of helping with our removal. And then we have the true mid-rangey part of the deck here. So we got some wedding announcements, and we have Kaito Shizuki. This is going to be a way to get us a ton of cards over the course of the game. And this is a deck where Kaito's ability actually could matter for us, because you can go get like a Scheming Fence and put it into play. It lets you get a blue or a black creature. So maybe there's some things we can get with it that could matter. Speaking of which, one of those things is Rafine, Scheming Seer, which is funny because we have scheming things in the deck. But this card's actually really good, even if you just get it on turn 3, because it's an issue for your opponent to deal with. Even better if you get an Aspirant on 2, Rafine on 3, get to attack. The Aspirant gets gets an extra bonus because you're only attacking with one thing there. But it can actually put your opponent in a spot of like, do they deal with this growing Aspirant, or do they actually just try to kill your Rafine, right? So that creates its own little mini game for your opponent to solve, which is kind of nice. We are trying out 1 Void Ren because this card's actually pretty dang good, just letting you get rid of anything, and it can't be countered, which we really like. Then there's 4 Wandering Emperor because, well, the card's just really good. 2 Sorin the Merciless. This is a way to get another creature. It's a way to draw cards. Really kind of does a little bit of everything you want in this type of deck. And we are playing 1 Elspeth Resplendent. And Elspeth is really good in here because there's several things you can go get. You're talking about Luminarch Aspirant, Scheming Fence, Apparition, which can just remove something, or even get Kaito, which is reasonable, or Rafine, right? All of these are actually viable. And even Rafine is even better with a shield counter on it, because then they have to pay an extra 1, and then the first thing doesn't even kill it, and then they have to try to kill it again. So really like the things this brings to the table. Arguably, maybe you want to play 1 more Elspeth instead of Wandering Emperor. I don't really know, but something to consider. Then we are playing 1 Lolth the Spider Queen and 1 Lisa Forgotten Archangel. This is really good too because you get to reuse your apparitions. You get to have aspirants that just are annoying and don't die. In a pinch, maybe you get to reset a Scheming Fence, but the reality is we don't have a ton of creatures for Lisa, so we're not really worried about this card surviving that long. It's bonus value if it does work. If it doesn't, no big deal. You got a 4/5 flyer with Lifelink, which is still viable on its own, and you have multiple ways to put counters on it. So yeah, not mad at it. The lands, we have 1 Plane, Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 1 Takenuma, 3 Deserted Beach, 4 Hingegate Pathway, 4 Bright Climb Pathway, 3 Shattered Sanctum, 4 Clearwater Pathway, and 4 Rafine's Tower. Which honestly, for a 3-color deck these days, the meta is actually pretty simple, pretty clean. So I don't think there's much we're going to change here. Now, I will tell you this. At the end of the video, definitely get there because there will be updates to this, and we will talk about the differences of, like, do we like these choices or not? Are things better or worse for best of 3, best of 1? Because Yeoman 5 does definitely play best of 3 more often, so some of these choices were made with that in mind. But anyway, let's play the games, and then we'll talk about all the stuff we learn on the other side with the card spotlight, as usual. So, catch you on the other side. Oh boy. All right, we basically have 2 turns to draw a land to get ourselves out of trouble here. But let's see what we can do. I mean, we're going to play Luminarch Aspirant, of course, but it's just, do we get a land? So maybe we could... Wedding Announcement or not? There it is. All right, so... Questionable Keep works out okay here. We already have the benefit of having 2 black mana as well, so when we get to Sorin, that's a thing. So that's kind of nice. Alright, Dead Aspirants. Not upset about that, actually. You know what? Let's go and roll this bad boy out. Not usually the way we want to go, but hey, if you got another one and you want to take 2 and kill it, so be it. We will accept that. Now, admittedly, I probably could have just Wedding Announcement, got away with a little something, and then play Rafine and get some extra damage. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put it on the opponent. Like, if you're going to do something here, do something. We are definitely not going to let you keep Giada when you're stuck at 2 land. That's just bad. And then we are going to attack. And I'm actually going to discard this and play an extra land. Alright. So I don't know what the opponent's up to. Though, in reality, I guess we could have used this to stop Giada's mana ability, which would have been kind of funny. Yeah, on white. And I think we're just going to attack first. Ooh. Alright, you get to go away, little scheming fence. We got too many other options here, so let's go with this. And this. And now the opponent is up against it. Because, yeah, even getting what you want here isn't gonna... Well, I don't know, not necessarily. Let's say they play a Luminarch Aspirant, or the 2/4 Angel. Right? Like, that would have still given them some options. So they're not in trouble just yet. Ooh, that's nice, though. Alright. Let's put a counter here. And let's attack. See if they block. Okay, they do. We're going to go ahead and play this. We're going to draw a card.
No secret is safe for me.
Ooh, excellent. Excellent. All right. Would like a removal card because we know angels are about to start dropping. There's one of them. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. Let's go ahead and go with this. And we know they're going to want to come after our angel. So do we just want to get 2 cards? No, we're just going to attack with 1 thing. So sure, let's just do this. We'll load the board up. Let's go ahead and make the Luminarch Aspirant real big and attack. I mean, we could attack here if we want to just grab 2 cards, but we're going to get 1 off of Kaito anyway. So let's just do that. All right, and let's draw.
Thanks. I'll be taking...
Now, an argument could be made to potentially make an unblockable ninja, but the opponent's so low, it's like if we just make 2 more tokens here, they have to stay on defense. Yeah, they're just dead. Man, with my opponent's username, I have so many questions. It's like, I'm going to keep this, but it's like, Drain the Hippie a thing referring to Hypnotic Spectre, and you're trying to cast Drain Life on it? Is this some kind of weird thing where the person actually just doesn't like hippies? I mean, like, I don't know. I'm confused about what's happening. All right, we did lose... I'm going to go ahead and put this on black so I have access to 2 black later. We did lose our Wedding Announcement. However, we could get lucky if this lives, get to attack, draw a card with the Kaito we just drew, so that'd be kind of nice. But I think this Luminarch Aspirant's dead. Normally, these Rakdos decks play a bunch of removal. Oh, but they don't this time, though. The benefit here also is that We have double Aspirant in hand, and the opponent knows that. Let's go ahead and run this out and get what we can off of it.
Powerful won't help. Now this
Nice, nice,
is a
nice.
juicy secret.
Need some lands, though, if we're eventually going to get this Loth to stick. All right, opponent's going to do some exchange of life here. Sure, that doesn't really change much for us. I think we're still on the... Actually, you know what? Opponent didn't play a land there. Do we just go ahead and remove their Null Priest? Or do we play... Let's do this first. I don't know what's with opponents keeping these questionable hands, but we're going to draw. And then we're going to go ahead and play one of these. Remove that. And then we got Loth next turn, and then after that, we'll have whatever we need for the most part. But I'm assuming Luminarch Aspirant's going to have to start. Oh, we won't have a Loth after all. We are not going to get to cast that. Well timed on that duress by the opponent. They got us on that one. I mean, you can attack in a Kaito. I'm probably not blocking. Like, actually, I don't know. Maybe I am just blocking here. Oh, I can't. That is Menace. Duh. Okay, sure. You have two of them now. That's a thing. Well, that changes stuff a little bit now, doesn't it? So we attack for 4, they attack with 1, we remove it, we draw a card. Alright, sure. Or do we just put a counter here so we can attack with both of these? I mean, they trade, they get the... You know what? Let's do that. Because if they block, we don't really care. And I'd rather threaten more damage here. Alright, we'll draw. They did not block, which is a little bit suspicious. But whatever. I mean, I'm not sure what they're going to do here. I mean, they're very far behind. A Meat Hook's not any good. We're going to be in a situation where... Yeah, I was going to say even a Burn Down House, but they're still 2 turns from that. And they'd even have to have it in hand to begin with, so... We're going to Wandering Emperor one of these.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelmed.
Sure, that doesn't change anything. Oh, can we not? Why can I not activate? Okay, it wasn't letting me for a second. There we go. Now it can die, and we're good with that.
My judgment.
I mean, our opponent's dead now, unless they've got another removal card, so sure. I mean, that's not true. They could have another blocker, but they know we have Apparition already. Okay, I mean, I'll spread the love around. Attack. Sure. I mean, that'll buy you time. I mean, you go to 6, block. Why would you not block there, opponent? That seems weird.
Thanks. I'll be taking.
Okay, I guess we'll play both of these. Getting a card. I mean, yeah, they knew we had it anyway, so sure. You know what? I'm going to keep this. I feel like this is a little bit of a slower keep, but may not be bad. All right. Well, we're not doing anything on 2 unless we draw, like, I don't know. But we could draw some stuff that we could use here. But if they play a creature, I'd kind of like to just draw something simple. You know, hit them with a Blood Chief's Thirst or something. That's what I'd love to have here. But, oh, Duress hurts. Duress hurts. Yeah, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. Ooh, boy. Okay, well. Hopefully you don't have a removal card for this. Okay, they don't, so that's good. I mean, I'd say they don't have one in hand, but they didn't have one there. Okay, that's mostly fine. So now we're going to be playing the guessing game of who's got what removal, who's got what counterspell. All right, Expressive Iteration works. So we're going to be in this weird situation where I think during their end step, we're going to try to cast a Wandering Emperor, let it get countered, play Sorin on our turn, see if they have, like, I don't know, probably burn down the house or some such. But there's really not much we can do about it. Kind of just got to play the game as it is. Alright. Attempt to cast it. We know it's going to get countered. Oh.
I hope you're ready
It
to
didn't.
lose.
So then I have to assume it's burned down the house. And they're waiting for us to drop another Planeswalker. So we're not going to do that.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
We'll just do what we can do here. Now, they don't know we have Vanishing Verse, but they do know we have Skyclave. So just play with that information in mind. Draw cards here would make sense. Nope, big score. Well, it's a way to draw cards. Though this does set up some plays with, like, what'd you call it? The big 7/8 guy, right? Hullbreaker. So we kind of have to live and die by our Vanishing Verse, unfortunately. Okay, that works.
Years of training.
Not ideal,
This
because it means now we have to put Soren at risk, but we'll do what we can do here. So attack for 3. I'm gonna Soren, and then we're gonna actually draw a card with Soren.
Violence is necessary to set things right.
Ooh. You know what? I think I am gonna take 5 here.
My ways are not for the weak.
All right. I probably could have waited, but now I feel like, okay, opponent knows we have this. If you're gonna burn down the house, like, exactly, you want to do it now.
I won't let this be over.
Then maybe we'll see if this Elspeth sticks and we get to do something. What does it leave us? 2, 4, 6, only 7 mana. We'll try to Elspeth. Doubt this is gonna. Oh, it does resolve. Huh. All right. Have a creature there, hopefully. Ooh, we got the bestest of creatures. Heck yeah. All right. So not only do they have to pay more to kill it, they also have to blow up the shield on it first. So that's pretty good. All right. We'll try to eat it. I hope they got something to do. Oh, they're just going to fling it at it? All right. I'll take that as an exchange. That is not the way I thought that was going to go, but I will absolutely enjoy that. Lolth, huh? For some reason, I feel like Apparition's not going to do anything at this stage. Unless they maybe, for some reason, play... I don't know what they'd even play here. Maybe Obnixilis, but like we can get rid of it with the Blood Chiefster, so I'm not going to worry about that. And we're going to go here. So if they have another sweeper, we just get them to play it here. All right, that works. What else you got for us, opponent?
Nothing more.
Another iteration, sure. All right, so we potentially have a lot of damage coming here. I mean, Demonic Bargain. They're going to go look for something. Okay, I don't know if they're just going to try to combo off here or what, but... Target attacking creature you control. Yeah, sure. Wow. 1, 2, 3. Got to keep at least a removal card in hand. And we couldn't discard enough to kill the opponent, so that wasn't really a choice. Draw.
You'll never see me coming. Now, what
Okay.
do we have?
Sure. Let's see what happens. Opponent's at 4. Right now they have to get rid of Rafine. Oh, they're digging for combo pieces, I guess. Looking for something they could pump up and exile. Oh, probably another Serpentine and then fling it. Yep. If they got it, they got it. There's nothing we can do about it. GG's. Yep. They got it. Like, nothing we can do about it. We can cycle, but nothing to show for it. Nope. We get to go first. Not that this is the most flashy hand, but we'll definitely keep it. Maybe we'll get lucky and draw a Luminar Cast Prince. Or actually any of our little 2-mana things. Like, any of them would have been acceptable here, actually. But we don't have anything to do here other than Vanishing Verse something that comes out. We don't even do that here. So, let's, I mean, we could put Rafine at risk. Alright, I guess so. That looks like they don't have an Infernal Grasp, which is good for us. If they have Blood Chief's Thirst, they're not going to be able to kill this anytime soon. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just go get a Plains. Not really sure what that play was all about from the opponent. It's a little awkward. Ooh, boy. Looks like we're playing against mono black. I'm going to assume that's the case at this point. If so, these Vanishing Verses are going to be just fine. And then let's go ahead and start drawing cards.
Get in, get out. Easy mission. Now this is a
Nifty.
juicy secret.
Someone's got an eye twitch? Sure. They're probably just going to sacrifice an eye twitch. So, I mean, we could tempt the opponent by just doing this. I mean, I'm assuming they have something. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, didn't want to tempt wasting a better card on it. But this also allows us to get some damage through here. Boy. Ooh, choices. Well, they can definitely sweep the board here. So, yeah, alright. We'll just have all the Planeswalkers with all the cards. Nah, it's not too bad. So if they do decide to Blood on the Snow here and they get their 1/1 back, we just get rid of it. I was going to say, you got to do it, because if not, you're risking taking entirely too much damage. Though, truth be told, do we just kill that? Nah, we want to use our cards more efficiently. We'll draw and discard here. Well, we won't be discarding that. Ooh, boy. Problems, man. Problems. Rafine's really good here. Just thinking, if I cast Rafine next turn, we'll still be able to cast one of these. I guess I'm going to get rid of this. Wow. You would think I'd keep a land here, but yeah. The control deck should probably never be discarding lands, y'all. This is a case of do as I say, not as I do. Yep. We'll let him attack so it's actually tapped first. Okay. Because the trick is we don't want them being able to deadly dispute if we try to target. So that does put them a land behind now, which is great. The only thing I'm debating now is if I want to put a Rafine first and see if they have another Blood on the Snow. Actually, that's a little bad too, because then they could just meat hook for 4 as well. I don't really like that. Let's just do this. Get some planeswalkers out.
Anyone who harms my people must contend. I have got new moves to teach you.
We'll draw a card. All right,
Now
put that in
this
tapped.
is a juicy
All right. So now I'm starting to feel a little bit safer, safe-ish. Not completely, but closer. All right, they have a Sorin. We're not too concerned about their Sorin. Well, we're definitely not concerned about their Sorin now. Though, if we get rid of the Sorin, then they sweep the board, they get a 4/4 back, and blah, blah, blah. We don't necessarily want to allow that. So, what I think we should do is just attack into Sorin, and then that'll tell us what we kind of sort of want to do with this token. Alright, so they're blocking with the token. Okay. Well. And yes, I could have attacked with my Hive of the Eye Tyrant, but I was kind of curious what they were going to do here. We're going to draw for sure.
Now, what do we have here?
Let's go ahead and play a land. Let's make a Samurai. And then we just pass. Circuit Mender. Gain 2 life and then draw a card. Alright, that's a thing. Not a card you see every day. Lantern of the Lost. Enters the battlefield. Exile a card from your graveyard. Then you can pay one. Okay. I legitimately forgot that was a Magic card. Not even going to lie to y'all. Like 100% forgot that was a real Magic card.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
Okay, they're going to Eye Twitch. Sure. And another Lantern. All right. Okay, I think here we just go ahead and exile Sorin.
Tragedy befalls us all.
And just say, hey, if your plan is just to sweep the board next turn, that ain't going to be crap. And then if we minus this is each creature you control deals combat damage to your player. Search your library for a blue or black creature card and put it on the battlefield. Don't know if we want to do that with the sweeper coming, so I think we're going to wait. And I think that's going to be it. I mean, we have so many answers in hand, there's no need to just be in a hurry here. It's just kind of foolish, really. So let's go ahead and plus on this duder.
Show them how we
And
greet
then
our
we're going
enemies.
to attack. And that's where we're at? Sure. Now, I could just run out the other Wandering Emperor and plus here. I mean, that would be a real thing to do. And then we get both of their things. I'm really not opposed to that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually. Just give the opponent no value. Just say, hey, if you got sweepers, you're gonna have to play all the sweepers. Okay. Well, now if that's the case, let's go ahead and just do this. So now if you want to get rid of something,
It's
you're
gonna
getting a
be
lot less
fun
value for your
watching you
effort.
fail to stop us.
Invoke? Sure. Alright. That seems fine. I ain't even mad about that. Okay. Ooh, we got even more value. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can do 9. We can do 10. No, we can't. We can do 7. We can do 8. Then I can't play Sorin, which we kind of want to do here. So let's... +1.
I have got
Let's
new
attack.
moves to teach you.
We can go get something. Do we want to get Lisa? Because Lisa's pretty legit here, actually. If they sweep the board, there's nothing in their graveyard to even get back. We'll get back our creature. Yeah, alright. Let's just go all the way up. Was that Fat Joe that gave us that? Was all the way up.
To quell my people's
Yeah, let's just draw. Sure. I mean, the opponent's only real out here is to sweep the board anyway, so sure. Hi, Twitch. Great. Okay. Seems good. What else we doing? Yeah. All right. You know what? I'm gonna gamble. We have 2 turns to draw a land. Let's do it. I mean, because we're gonna play Luminarch Aspirant pretty much no matter what. Oh, Plow. We're gonna be doing this stuff. Ooh, this sucks, actually. All right, let's do this. Play this. I'm gonna hope we get an untapped land or whatever they play that's gonna be crewing this Plow we can kill with the Blood Chief's Thirst. Though you're gonna need 2 things. Oh, they're just gonna Born to Drive. That's how they're gonna do it. Okay, fair enough. We take 6. All right, I guess we just got to get an untapped land and remove the Plow straight up. That's going to have to be our plan here. All right, there you go. Thank you, deck, for providing. Let's offset Plow. And just pump this. All right, no attacks. So this is good because now we do have a way to get rid of, a cheap way to get rid of Ingenious Smith, which is nice. Yet, there's another Plow. Okay. And a Mech Titan Core. Now you got to get rid of artifact creatures and or vehicles. Alright, so that's mostly fine for the time being. What does this turn need to look like? This is obviously getting played tapped. Do we get rid of Ingenious Smith here? Okay. I think that's our play. Get rid of the Smith. And then we'll just pump this. And then if we have to, we'll block the Plow with that, I guess. Like, it's not great. But, like, if it's what we got, it's what we got. Yep. Plow incoming. And we are going to block with the Apparition. Give them a 2/2 back. And this questionable hand is working real hard to try to come together after the fact. We might get there, though. Just got to be patient. Another Plow. Okay, sure. And this is going to let you return a creature or a vehicle whenever this attacks. Great. Okay. So here's the deal. We go ahead and do that. We pass. We'll try to Wandering Emperor whatever we feel we need to here. I guess it's going to be... Oh, Surge Hacker Mech sucks for us. Yeah, that's real bad. Ooh, good play, opponent. Good play. That hurts a lot. Yep. This sadly is going to let them return a Plow. And there's really nothing we can do about it here. I mean, yeah, you just get a plow back, right? Okay. Get rid of this. So at least it's removed. They didn't target the plow, so that's some good. I mean, they can get it back next turn. Unless we get a apparition to get rid of their recovery unit. But we're only at 13. I mean, we're probably dead. The Surge Acromech has Menace. I don't think we're winning this. Yeah, we were just behind the whole way. Even if we were on the play, I don't think we win this. Yeah. Good job by the opponent. Okay, let's rock and roll with this one. Really would like to draw blue mana on these next two draw steps so we can play the Kaito, but if not, we'll see what happens. Alright, untap blue source. So we really want to play that Kaito. If not, we just need to untap something so we can play Sorin on turn 4. Magda. Well, that also works to get rid of a Magna. We're not too upset about that either. Want to hold on to the Vanishing Burst for a little bit longer. Mostly because we might need to get rid of something big and we don't know that we're going to get to cast Sorin or not. Please don't kill our aspirant. That's all I'm asking. I'm just going to do this. See if they try to get crafty, kill our aspirant, then block, shoot our whatever. Even if they do we care? That's kind of like the other point here. I'm like, if they have another, just like a 1-mana thing. Because they didn't just shoot our Luminarch aspirant, which is, like, you could have killed aspirant with Infernal Grasp. So, like, what are we doing here, right? Okay. I'm your Huckleberry. The way I saw it is if I block and then they shoot the aspirant, like if we just play Sword, I don't feel like just having the 2/3 blocker is any better. Whereas here, having a thing that we know they can't easily kill unless they have another grasp feels a little better, making that a 5/5 or something. So it was a little bit of a weird play, but oh well, we drew this. That's pretty nice. So make this a 5. All right. Now if the opponent plays another one, we just put a counter on the apparition and attack with both of them. All right, we'll take it. All right, we'll keep this one. We're only a land short to being able to do everything we want to do. Interesting thing is I think we still have to play this on either white or black to set up the opportunity to cast this and then this. Need another black mana though if we do that, but there's not a lot we can... I guess technically we could put this on black and still be fine, right? Because this produces a blue. So that's okay, I guess. And then it gives us max options. Alright, Usher seems legit. That's also helpful. I mean, you can attack, do all you want, opponent. Lunar, we'll kill that. We don't like that. We don't like those. Okay. Oh, yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll save our Skyclave Apparition for other things. They'll need to get to 4 mana to be able to exile our Rafine. So that's good news. If they attack, we can block safely. I don't think there's anything here that would end up badly for us. And the next turn, I think we're actually just going to Sorin and make a token. I don't think there's really a need for us to do anything else. Alright, Clarion Spirit, sure. Yep, show. No, now that does mean maybe we don't want to Sorin now. Actually, that really means we don't want to Sorin now. Okay. What do we want to do with this? I guess we want to do this. Get rid of Clarion Spirit. Because that's the real problem, right? We'll attack. Oh. Oh, damn. Well, crap. Alright. Looks like you guys to go. And then I kind of, sort of want to hold on to this just a little bit longer in case they play like Adeline here. We'd like to be able to get rid of that next turn. Because this doesn't get rid of Adeline because Adeline never taps. Also could have a play where maybe they Brutal Cathar our Rafine. We remove the Brutal Cathar, get our Rafine back, attack with Skyclave. Okay, Wandering Emperor, but that doesn't get to remove anything. Because you have to pay the 1 on Rafine.
Let me show you.
Yeah, that doesn't do what you want it to do. Not sure you're aware. Yeah, you can give something first strike, and then I can't block it safely. Now I kind of want an untapped land, because then I'll just use Bloodchief Thirst to kill a flyer. Use Rafine and Skyclave Apparition to attack into the Wandering Emperor. Potentially letting that be the thing.
Strike fast and strike hard.
I don't know. I may be playing a dangerous game there. I might just need to get rid of the Wandering Emperor. I don't know. We'll see. If we get a land, all of this doesn't really matter. We'll have a lot of options, because then we can just Bloodchief's Thirst, Wandering Emperor, use the Connive, kill off a thing, like. But we'll see. Really? I mean, okay, I guess we don't block. I mean, taking 6 seems like a lot there, but sure, what the hell? We'll put the counters here, because I'm assuming if they get to remove something, they're just going to want to kill a Rafine, right? Well, they're on mono white, so now we don't even care about this card. Get rid of... kind of want to say Wedding Announcement. Mostly because I sort of see what we're playing here already. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this. And then we put the opponent under some pressure, right? They can get rid of our 2-3 so they can kill Sorin, or they can try to get rid of a Fiend, but then there's a 4-4 and a 2-3. And then we have Wandering Emperor plus Vanishing Verse, which feels fairly safe here. Well, they can make sure we don't get to play our Vanishing Verse. I mean, our Wandering Emperor. Obviously, we still have Vanishing Verse, so it is what it is. Opponent can attack everything into Sorin, trade off one of their creatures here. Kill Sorin, we gain 2. Yep, that's the right choice. Even if you don't want to make that play. Clarion Spirits. Probably should have done that the other way. If you had nothing else in hand. But yeah, either way, this isn't great for them because they know we're holding Vanishing Verse. Alright, they're sending everything at Sorin. We're going to go ahead. I was going to say block a flyer is going to be our option there. I mean, worst case scenario, you just sacrifice the 2. You send in the 2 ushers, let me block 1. Because the ushers aren't going to do much otherwise. Yeah, at least get those in there. I think that's the safest play here. Nope, they're not going to do it, though. They're going to let us keep the Sorin. Wow. Really? Okay. Ooh. That's risky. I don't think we want to do that. As much as I would think that would be sweet, we'll decline. Just because I don't think we want to take that much damage.
My ways are not for the weak.
All right, we are going to attack with these though, and we'll put the counters on here now. We will get rid of Kaito because I don't see how that survives. Actually, we'll just get rid of both of these. Holding onto our removal cards is the best thing here. And if we find land for a Wandering Emperor, we're solid gold. And the opponent also knows, because we have Vanishing Verse, like a double block isn't good enough. You have to triple or quadruple block to kill anything here. Now, they don't know about the second Vanishing Verse, obviously. But this definitely isn't going to make them feel great. I mean, as I say, you've got to block with all of them. Like, that's your only choice, right? If you do that, I'm just going to kill everything. I wasn't even going to use a Vanishing Verse there. Wow, opponent takes 10. Okay. Let's see what you find. And this is kind of a tough spot for the opponent, right? Because they know we have one Vanishing Verse, so they're going to make attacks with that in mind, not knowing we have the second one. So if they don't send enough in to kill Sorin, we could actually end up saving the Sorin and taking minimal damage, if any, this turn, because we have the ability to gain 2. So they're in a pretty bad spot here. And if I'm in their shoes, I might have even held the Monk of the Open Hand till next turn and see if maybe you could find a second spell. Oh, poor opponent. They're just sending everything into us. Yeah, not great for them. I'm going to go ahead and just block this duder. And then we're going to get rid of this so we don't have any flyers coming at us in the future. And do we want to get rid of anything else? Opponent's at 10. We'll get rid of this. So we're only going to take 2 ultimately, and then we gain 2, so turn really did nothing. Well, that'll work nicely. Yep. It's like, that'll work. Alright, so what do we feel like we learned there? As it turns out, I think, even though this deck was able to win, so I'm not saying you can't play it in best of 1, I do think this deck is a better candidate for best of 3 than best of 1. Just because of how some of the cards line up, and some of the choices you get in the sideboard in these colors. I also think Scheming Fence is a better card in best of 3, mostly because there are going to be times you want to sideboard it out, and also there's going to be times that like you have a better idea of what your opponent has, so you know what to save it for or target with it. In the games we got, I don't think we really even hit anything of relevance other than maybe a Planeswalker, and even then they have removal cards and sweepers or whatever, so we really didn't like it that much. So that was a little bit disappointing. So I think if I have a choice, I'm probably wanting to remove 1 Wandering Emperor and 2 Scheming Fence to play probably Tenacious Underdog in that spot, or some combination of like 2 Tenacious Underdog and another Void Ren. I think could be very good for this list. Void Ren just turned out to be really good each time we drew it, and I think Tenacious Underdog would help this type of list as well, though generally it's a type of card sometimes I don't think you want in this list, especially when you're trying the Scheming Fence, but I think in best of 1 you're better off with the Underdog. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Dakkon Shadowslayer, which was pretty cool card when we saw it for the first time in, I believe it was Modern Horizons 2. And it was because it was a callback to Dakkon Blackblade, which we hadn't seen in forever. But there was a little bit of panic that this 3-mana Planeswalker is going to be like super good in Modern and people just going nuts with it. But as it turns out, this hasn't really made much of an impact there at all. Now I've seen it in some Commander games, because, you know, sometimes you get to Commander with 10 or 11 land, you put it into play and you get all that loyalty. And then you start picking creatures off, or maybe just returning something that died earlier in the game, and that's actually pretty sweet. but it actually didn't have the application I think a lot of people thought it was going to have. And this kind of comes back to what we bring up sometimes, is you can't get overly invested and have that snap judgment on cards when you first see them, because there's other cards around them and that changes the format and you never really know how a card's going to end up. But if you do want one of these for a commander deck, you can find them pretty cheap for $1 or $2 in most places. Now, don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below. And this one, I'm going to try to include the sideboard as well, so you can play it in best of 3. However, if you want to check out some other stuff, please check out the video I'm going to link. So if you want to see another mid-range deck that did pretty well for us and you're into mid-range decks, have some fun with that one. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.